Chapter 2, Mishnah 3. This Mishnah discusses whether certain people go into exile if they kill b'shogeg. A father goes into exile for killing his son b'shogeg, unless he killed his son while educating him. Likewise, a son goes into exile for killing his father b'shogeg. The laws of exile generally apply only if both the killer and the victim are Jews. The Mishnah discusses the law if the killer or victim was a person who is not considered a full Jew. Everyone, even a Canaanite slave or a Kuthian, goes into exile for killing an ordinary Jew b'shogeg. Similarly, an ordinary Jew goes into exile for killing them, a Canaanite slave or Kuthian. Although Canaanite slaves and Kuthians are not considered full Jews with regard to all laws, the laws of exile apply to them. An exception, though, is a ger toshav, a non-Jew who accepts upon himself not to worship idols. If a ger toshav kills an ordinary Jew b'shogeg, he does not go into exile. Since a ger toshav goes into exile only for killing another ger toshav b'shogeg, but not for killing an ordinary Jew. The Mishnah cites a dispute as to whether a blind person can be punished with exile. A blind person who killed b'shogeg does not go into exile, since he cannot see. If he kills, it is considered unexpected. These are the words of Rabbi Yehuda. But Rabbi Meir says he goes into exile. The Mishnah cites a dispute about a person who kills a person he hates. If an enemy kills inadvertently, that is, a person inadvertently kills someone he hates, he does not go into exile, because we assume that since he hates the victim, he was overly negligent. Therefore, the killing is not considered shogeg. The previous Tana holds that although we suspect a person who killed his enemy of being overly negligent, we do not assume that he murdered him deliberately. The next Tana disagrees. Rabbi Yossi Bar Yehuda says, an enemy who kills a person he hates is executed, even if the death appears to be shogeg, because we assume that he fully intended to kill him. And even though a murderer cannot be executed unless he is warned before he commits the murder, an enemy can be killed even without a warning, because it is considered as if he were warned. A third opinion. Rabbi Shimon says there is an enemy who goes into exile for inadvertently killing a person he hates, and there is an enemy who does not go into exile. It depends on the case. This is the rule. Whenever it is possible to say that he killed intentionally, we suspect that he did it deliberately, and he does not go into exile. However, he is not executed. But if it seems clear that he killed without intent, he goes into exile, because in such a case we can assume that the killing was shogeg even though he is an enemy.